got Britney Spears' creepiest interview where you can tell she has been kidnapped. Guys, make sure and click the plus sign. I'm going to have more on this you don't want to miss. Sound off in the comments and tell me what you think. But we have this interview that's popped up, and we have a celebrity interview speaking up on what happened. And guys, this isn't the only one. Check out this clip. This has to do with Andy Cohen. Watch what happens live, and we're going to go into more details on exactly what was going on. Take a listen and we'll discuss.
Among the topics, an interview Andy did with Britney at her 2016 Glory album release party.
Her manager at the time, I think it was Larry Rudolph, thought that it would be a good way for me to get to know her, and that if I got to know her, maybe someday she would do Watch What Happens Live, because she didn't like going on shows where she didn't know the host, and this would be a way for me to build my relationship with her.
But Andy says his pals warned him Brit was probably not coming alone.
They said there's this woman who is at Britney's side at all times, and she basically tells her what to do and where to go, and it's really creepy.
That's when Andy explains things took a turn for the weird.
I get there, and this woman was there, and it was like Britney was her it was like Britney was her captive. She was her captor. Now, Britney mentions her by name in the book a lot, and how much she hated her, and I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to get sued, but it was really creepy.
Really?
Yeah, it was really creepy.
Never let her out of her sight.
Oh, no. And whispering in her ear before everything.
Oh, but that's not the only unsettling thing that allegedly happened.
And I remember they brought me in to meet Britney before the interview, and they brought Britney in a birthday cake, and they're like, "Happy birthday, Britney, surprise." And Britney goes, "It's not my birthday. My birthday was last month." Wow. And I'm like, what are they doing? And it was clearly for the cameras, and it was just also weird.
Unfortunately, he is not the only one that has spoken out about what they saw with Britney. We've had other people, producers, TV presenters, hosts of shows speak up and talk about having Britney on the show. And apparently, there were a handful of times that Britney said to the hosts, "Help me," and tried to explain what was going on. And what happened was Jamie Spears and team came in and threatened all kinds of legal action and said, "You will never have Britney on here again." I really wish one of them would have stuck by their guns and put out what Britney said anyway. And that's the problem. The problem is in the entertainment industry, and this is just as a whole, right? We need more truth tellers in society. People who are okay to say, you know what? I don't give a DAMN. I don't give a darn about money. I don't care about my reputation. I'm going to stand up and speak the truth and speak what's right. But all these people were too scared. And on the one hand, I can understand the litigation aspect of it. And maybe these people weren't in a position because maybe the television shows and the places that owned it said, "No, you're not allowed. We don't want to litigate with these people." But there should have been more people speaking up and standing by her side. Now, who are they talking about in this? I believe they were talking about Lou Taylor, most likely, or one of Lou Taylor's associates. Poor Britney, nothing was real in her world, which makes it make so much more sense now that what we know why she clung so tightly onto Kevin Federline after everything that happened and trying to make that marriage work, even as he was stepping out on her. He wasn't even real. And here's the other thing, guys. I know people sometimes get a little irritated by my titles, and that's fine. There's a reason I'm calling kidnapping, and if you think I'm going too far with that, we're not going far enough. What's happened to her, and in my opinion, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and there are others who undergo what I call medical kidnapping. When you take somebody against their will, and then you put them on substances where they are comatose, or basically you tell them they can't leave and you have control over them, to me, that's medical kidnapping. And the scary thing is, this happens more often than we know. How many people are sending in mental institutions who are crazy, who were really just the person in their family that had been the kicking dog? They called them the patient. They were abused back, forth, left, right, and then every so often the abused person either tries to speak up and tells the truth, or they lose their mind from the abuse and they go, see, the person is crazy. Lock them up. And a lot of times, why do they do that? So the person will stop telling the truth so that they won't have to have any consequences. This happens way more than what we think. I've been through it in my family trying to do it to me, and I want to raise the alarm on this because this does happen. And this is another weird gray area and loophole in society where we can abuse people. I want to know, what do you think about this creepy interview and what happened here? I hope she heals. And I'm so proud of her for speaking up, because not only is she doing healing work for herself, but in doing this, it allows all of us to self-reflect, take a look at ourselves, and heal what we've been through. Congrats to her. Tell me your thoughts, guys. Sound off in the comments and click the plus sign. I've got more coming.